It's the gap between visibility and a conversion. In other words, it's one thing to be seen, it's another about being able to get clients. And a lot of people are just terrific at creating content, and it's going to get a lot of views, but are they getting any business from that? If the answer is no, the reason is usually pretty simple. They're more focused on what they're going to say instead of how they're being experienced.
Welcome to the Goalbusters Expert Peak Productivity Tips podcast, where top business experts get just 7 minutes to answer 5 rapid-fire questions about what they do and how they stay productive.
Well, hello everyone. My name is Robin J. Emden, and I'm an accountability coach and the author of Get Resultsology, the science of getting stuff done. I work with people who run their own business. No boss, distractions everywhere, and never enough hours in the day. Together, we cut through the noise, sharpen their focus, and follow through on the things that actually move the needle. That's what I call the momentum formula. Do it today, profit tomorrow, and repeat. So, if that sounds like the kind of breakthrough that you've been looking for, then you're in exactly the right place. And speaking of being in exactly the right place, I am absolutely delighted to welcome our guest expert today, Laura Doman. Laura is a professional voiceover artist, on-camera actress, speaker, and author. She has worked across film, television, commercials, and corporate video with clients including AAA, Equifax, Home Depot, and United Way. Laura also coaches entrepreneurs and business professionals to become more confident, compelling, and effective on camera today. Laura, welcome to Goalbusters.
Thank you. It's wonderful to be here.
I'm really pleased you're here too. Not remotely intimidated by that incredible profile I've just read out. I'll try to ignore that and not be too intimidated by it. And instead I'll do my usual thing and say, whereabouts in the world are you, Laura?
I am in Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, that's a very fine part of the world. I do know that it's on the nearer coast to me here in England. And apart from that, and it's got a massive airport.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know much about it really. But I suppose we should do the questions, shouldn't we?
Sure. I'm ready anytime you are.
Okay, well, I'll be ready as soon as I get the clock to work. So let's get that up on the screen. And there it goes. Laura, could you tell me, please, who is your ideal client?
Absolutely. My ideal client is somebody who is smart and capable, a business owner or a leader who looks great on paper, but they're not translating that into clients on camera. You see, they're showing up, they're posting, they're doing all the work, but they're not being chosen because the issue isn't their expertise. It's how they're coming across when it counts.
Yes, absolutely. Gosh, all right. I'm not at all self-conscious now, and we're getting into the next thing, which is what exactly then is the problem or the problems that you solve for your clients? You've obviously mentioned it. I haven't missed that, but let's dig a little bit deeper, if I may.
Well, I come from this because I have worked in the corporate world once upon a time, and now I'm in the entertainment world, and I bring them together. And I see the same kind of issue in the entertainment world that I see in the business world. And I try to make it very easy for people who have never been in front of the camera to figure this out. And by the way, it also works great if you're in person. It's the gap between visibility and a conversion. In other words, it's one thing to be seen, it's another about being able to get clients. And you see, Robin, a lot of people are just terrific at creating content, and it's going to get a lot of views, but are they getting any business from that? If the answer is no, the reason is usually pretty simple. They're more focused on what they're going to say instead of how they're being experienced. It's content versus delivery. And more specifically, if there's no presence where they're showing their real human self, that emotional connection to what they're saying, if there's no connection to the people on the other side, well, there's not going to be much trust. And when there's not trust, well, people just don't buy. One of the biggest problems is that people think that when they're speaking on camera or in video, that they're talking to a faceless audience. And the secret is really, it's a one-to-one conversation with a real human being on the other side. So you want to change how you're talking, not just spewing information, but making it understandable and showing why it means something to you, why you're sharing. That is the connection. That's where the trust begins. So you're going to stop sounding like some talking head and you're going to show up like somebody who actually cares, wants to know what your problem is, has an idea or two about how to solve it. And most specifically, they kind of sound like someone you want to work with, somebody you might want to hire.
Yes. Well, that's certainly the hope for outcome. So, what is
Mhm.
one valuable free action, and you've already alluded to it again, that the audience can implement that will help them to move some way, at least, towards solving this problem for themselves?
Okay, let's just talk as if you're going to be recording a video. Although that works very well if you're speaking in a Zoom presentation or you're just going to be one-on-one with a potential client. When you start, don't just start with a script, and please do not read anything in front of you. People can tell, and your voice sounds different. Don't worry so much about trying to get everything out there so that you're just blah and it's all out there. No, start with a question first of all. Think about the person you're speaking to, or the ideal person if it's a video, and ask yourself, what do you think this person cares about the most? Why are they here to listen to me? And what are they trying to get from it? You're giving them value, and you're keeping that first and foremost in your mind. So when you begin, even that very first sentence, say it like you mean it, which you should, and that you're talking to a real person and not to some faceless audience. You're not presenting, you're having a conversation, human, not like an AI bot that's smiling and looking perfect, but like a real human being that thinks, takes time, and considers very carefully what this might mean for you. And when you do that, that's going to instantly change your energy. It's going to change your delivery and how people are going to be able to perceive you. And that's what connection is all about. That's what the clients want. And that's where they're going to start trusting you and wanting to know a little bit more about working with you.
Yeah, brilliant. All right, thank you very much. That's fascinating. And I'm going to move on because now that we have a little bit of a better understanding of what you do, and I say a
Okay.
little bit, I only gave you 3 minutes, but I do need to move into goal busting, which is just briefly to focus on how to maximize productive time to achieve your business
Yes.
goals. Could you share any tips or advice, Laura, for someone looking simply to improve their productivity habits?
Yes. It's the simple quantity, no. Quality, yes. Stop measuring productivity by how much you're going to produce and start measuring it by what actually moves the needle. So if you're somebody who cranks out a lot of content, but it's not converting, well, that's not going to be very productive. It's just busy work. Your visibility is not leading to conversations to clients. Well, if that's the case, the issue isn't volume, it's going to be more or less effectiveness. So instead of doing more, just get better at how you communicate, how you connect, and how you are experienced. And if you have one strong, compelling video, well, that's going to outperform 20 forgettable ones every single time.
Wonderful. That's tremendous advice. Thank you so much. All right. So finally, what should I have asked you today that I didn't, Laura? And your answer, please.
And the real secret, I'm going to even bring from the actor's world. Enjoy. Have fun. If it's fun for you, if you're passionate about it, it's going to come through. I mean, I could talk to you about some of the wild things that I've done on camera. Take risks. Don't be afraid. All right, here's a quick one. For a commercial, for Doritos, I was in a rowboat, fully dressed with business suit, supposedly fishing, with a laptop. This was during COVID, where you only see yourself from here on up, and you hear there's Doritos in the break room. I actually jumped into a lake in late October, a real lake, to swim to shore for those Doritos. That is out of my comfort zone, but you do it. Don't be afraid to take risks. Be yourself. Don't be afraid to make mistakes on camera. It's going to happen. People will forgive you, and you're going to be a lot more relatable than that perfect talking head that might be AI generated and doesn't make you feel anything.
Yes, and I was going to go back to the AI bit because I'm thinking what a boon AI is for us, because not for the reasons that you might think, but because people have got really good, really fast at knowing when it's AI talking to them as opposed to a human being.
Oh, yeah.
And you get no empathy from AI. And so
No.
people will not relate, they will not connect, they will not buy from AI. They want a real human being. And I speak from experience as a Brit, the stiff upper lip that we're all supposed to have. I know
Yes.
plenty of them, and we are some of the most boring presenters in the world. But AI makes us look good. It's
Well,
amazing.
we love your accent.
You've got that. Okay. All right. But also, I would not jump in personally. I would not jump into a lake for a packet of Doritos. Just saying. But I guess
Okay.
if it's in the contract, you have to. Or, all right. So at this point, I come to one final question for you, which is I always do at this point, which is a
Yes.
two-parter, Laura. The first part is how can people reach you if they would like to find out more about what you do and your services? And speaking of which, is there like a valuable free resource they could obtain from you as well? And I always say this. It's a bit cheeky of me to ask that, very British thing, being cheeky, but it's not really being cheeky. I'm actually being quite serious because a valuable free resource is exactly that. It adds value and it also allows the person receiving it to find out more about what you do. And then they feel a lot more encouraged to say, okay, she's really good. I'm definitely going to get in touch.
Well, the answer is yes to both questions. The easiest way to reach me is through my website, which is drumroll, lauradoman.com. LAURADOMAN.com. And as far as the free gift, that's easy. lauradoman.com/gift. I call it lights, camera, clients. And I'm going to give you 10 effective strategies so you can get more comfortable on camera and a lot more effective. So you're going to find a lot of great tips that will show a big difference when you get in front of the camera next time.
Fantastic. That's amazing. And I'm off. I'm off there now. I'm going to go and get that for sure. That sounds brilliant. Thank you so much, Laura Doman. It's been a delight and a pleasure and an honor to have you on Goldbusters today. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for having me. It's delightful to speak with you and through you, your entire audience.
Thank you again. And remember, everybody, keep goal busting and make your future self proud. Bye-bye.
Thanks for tuning in to Goalbusters. If you're enjoying it, please subscribe, rate and review it on your favourite podcast platform. Your support is very much appreciated. And if you're ready to boost your online profits, skyrocket your productivity, crush procrastination and see a positive change in your bank balance, all within just 30 days, this is your opportunity. Take my free 5-day challenge at www.skyrocketyourproductivitychallenge.com.